can, and we had like 300 rounds belted together. So I didn't have to change ammo every 100 rounds. I had a lot of ammo to burn through, and before we had to change it. But in one case, I can remember firing and it stopped, and I thought, well, I've got a jam. I'm out of ammo, because sometimes you get caught up in it. You might bust through 300 rounds real quick. And I remember looking up and seeing that that the belt had been severed by a bullet. So a bullet had hit the 50 cal belt and broke my link. So as I'm reaching up to reload the 50 cal machine gun, a bullet came through the ammo can and hit me in the hand. And as I was, reaching down to, obviously it's like touching a hot stove, you're pulling back. I get back up and continue to try to do what I can do, but my hand's just squirting blood out everywhere. And I look up and I see a guy come up over the bridge, and I don't hear the shot, but I feel what it felt like was somebody took a sledgehammer and just slammed me right in the chest. And, I learned later that he shot me in my ballistic vest, and I fell down in the bottom of the vehicle. And this is that point, I want to tell you guys that you come face to face with the reality that you're not going to live forever. Yeah. And I learned that real quick. And at that point, I could hear the mumbling and everything that's going on outside. And I can remember hearing a voice in my head say, "Get up, get up, get up." And I kept trying to pull myself up. And as I was pulling myself up, I looked over to the left, and I saw a guy throw something, and it was a grenade. He was trying to throw a hand grenade in the vehicle. And I ducked my head down, and when I came back up, the only thing that I could grab quickly was a flare. And I had this red pop flare, and I just thought instinctively to take this flare, and I fired it at these guys and dropped the flare casing in the bottom of the vehicle and grabbed my rifle and shot these two guys that were probably 20 feet from our vehicle. And then went right back to the 50 caliber machine gun and started to reload. And but I splattered the guy on top of the bridge because he thought he had killed me. And as he was down reloading, it all just worked out perfect timing. I'll just tell you, as he was reloading the 50 cal, I had just charged that 50 cal and had it all ready to fire. And here he comes up over the bridge, and he's leaning to fire at somebody else. And it was just instinctively, and everything. I mean, he was on a concrete overpass bridge over an interstate. You just saw concrete, everything just flying through the air. But the one thing I remember seeing was that rifle hitting the road and bouncing. And it was just the most oddest thing. But that guy, while he was killed in this interaction, was a good sniper. He was deadly, and almost, if I had not had that vest on, I would not be alive today. And that ceramic plate is in the West Virginia Department of Archives. It's the Cultural Center. It's in Charleston, West Virginia. If anybody wants to go see what that looks like with a big bullet hole in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's funny. Like in all that, in all of those things taking place, your memory is focused on that rifle bouncing off the road, like how you zero in on these little key aspects of the things that are happening, and just and you can go back to it so easily today.
Yeah. The other thing that was very vivid, I mean, there's other things that I don't talk about, you know what I mean, that not because I'm ashamed of it, just because there's no need to talk about it. Yep. It's just, the fact is men die. No man has ever died easy. I'll just tell you that. So all these people watch these movies and you see these guys, they sling these bullets down range. Let me tell you something. I have never seen anybody die easy. And I've told, my sons went to war, and I've told my sons that, don't go over there thinking this is going to be like Call of Duty, because if you shoot somebody, they're going to get back up